Okay, yeah, I'm a mechanic. What do you do?
I work in customer service.
Really? What does that do?
Oh, I'm just really on the phones all day. Bit boring sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do a lot of mechanic work. It's not too bad. It's just 9 to 5, get to go home. At the end of the day, don't bring any homework with you. That's good.
Can you just excuse me for a minute? I just need to use the loo.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thanks.
You're back. How about a toast to interesting first dates?
First dates. Cheers.
You okay?
Actually, I'm not feeling well at all. I feel quite sick. I think I'm gonna have to go home. You'll have to excuse me.
Look, let me take you home. Let me help you. Come on, that's it. Just come on. My car's just over here.
As you've just seen, it only takes a short time to become the victim of drug-assisted rape. With rape drugs being introduced into our culture, a potent weapon is now placed in the hands of sexual offenders. Rapes can be committed easily, and the victim may not have any knowledge of the event afterwards. I'm David Bradley, and this is Self-Defence for Women. We'll tell you about the most common types of rape drugs, give you some good prevention strategies to help avoid you becoming a victim, and tell you what to do if you have been drugged. Let's deal with the most common type of rape drugs used. Rohypnol is a sleeping pill prescribed in countries outside the USA. Whilst it's illegal in the US, it's becoming more commonly available there. Rohypnol acts like Valium, except it's about 10 times more potent. Some of the common names you might hear used for Rohypnol are R2, Roofies, Roies, Roach or Roachies after the company that makes the drug, or Mexican Valium. The tablets themselves are white, scored on one side with the word Roach, and have an encircled 1 or 2 on the other side depending on the dosage. They're sold in pre-sealed bubble packs and can be dissolved in a drink, remaining undetectable. The side effects of the drug include impaired judgment, impaired motor skills, drowsiness, visual impairment, and a feeling of confusion. Combined with alcohol, the drug can induce a blackout with memory loss and a decrease in an ability to resist an attack. The effects begin within about 30 minutes, but can last up to 8 hours. However, a woman who's drugged may start to feel dizzy in as little as 10 minutes. Rohypnol is odourless and tasteless. However, since 1999, the manufacturer Roche has included a dye which turns liquid that contains Rohypnol blue, so it's something to look out for. GHB, or gamma hydroxybutyric acid, was originally sold as a nervous system depressant, but was banned by the US Food and Drug Administration in 1990. It was originally sold as a bodybuilding supplement. However, it's easily produced by local drug dealers and so is available in many countries. GHB goes under a number of names: liquid ecstasy, grievous bodily harm, or Georgia Homeboy. GHB is mostly available in liquid form, but can be found in a powder as well. It's highly soluble and is often added to spring water. It does have a salty taste, so to conceal it, an attacker might slip it into a flavoured drink, such as strong spirits or caffeine drinks. Like Rohypnol, GHB renders a victim incapable of resisting and may cause memory problems, which makes subsequent prosecution of an offender difficult. GHB is also odourless and colourless. Ketamine, or ketamine hydrochloride, is a rapid-acting dissociative anaesthetic, often used in animals and humans, in particular on paediatric burns patients or in dentistry or psychotherapy. Common names for it include Special K, K, Vitamin K, Cat Valium or super acid. Ketamine is primarily found in liquid form, although can be made into a tablet or a powder if the liquid is evaporated. The powder can easily be slipped into drinks. People affected by ketamine may hallucinate, experience impaired perception, or it may even render the user comatose. Certainly the person will feel numbness, dizziness, and a loss of coordination. The effects of ketamine will usually last an hour or so, but can last up to 4 to 6 hours. It can take up to 48 hours, however, for a person to feel completely normal again. Because of its dissociative effects, ketamine is a popular rape drug. Our next segment is not acting. You'll recognise Diana from our earlier episodes and earlier in this show. However, she has her own very real rape drug story to share with us.
Doing this scene actually brought back some memories of my own. It was a couple of years ago. I was going out with someone. We went out on several dates, and I was put in a situation where I left my drink. It only took a few minutes, went to the bathroom, returned, and I had something like, I think it was LSD, put in my drink, and I hadn't realised it at the time. Within 5 minutes of drinking my drink, I was feeling quite ill. Within about 10-15 minutes of my drink, I was put in a situation which was quite, where I was quite vulnerable. I was put in a situation where I was nearly sexually exploited. I was in a very vulnerable situation at the time. I really recommend to anyone to be very, very careful in these situations. Within a couple of minutes, it happened to me, and I can see that how easily it can happen to anyone else. All I can say is, if you've got a drink, don't leave it unattended.
So how can we avoid becoming the victim of a rape drug? Let's look at some prevention strategies now. Firstly, don't put your drink down and leave it unattended. Never, not even to go to the restroom. Do not accept a drink from anyone who you don't trust implicitly. Remember, a majority of rapes are committed by acquaintances. If someone you don't know gives you a drink, make sure it's unopened and that you're the first to open it. Otherwise, politely decline, even if the drink's been sent from the bar. At parties, don't drink from open punch bowls or tubs. And when in clubs, always get your drinks straight from the bartender and watch them pour it. Finally, if you're at a party and you hear talk of any of these sort of drugs, it's definitely time to leave. So what do you do if you think you've been drugged? Firstly, tell a trusted friend who's at the club with you. Don't be shy or embarrassed about telling them that you think you have been drugged. It's really important that you get medical treatment straight away. Get them to take you straight to a hospital and notify the police. If you don't have a friend who's already there, then notify the club management and ask them to call an ambulance and the police to assist you. Finally, don't leave the club alone. The whole idea of you receiving a rape drug is for you to be isolated and unable to protect yourself. So by leaving alone, you give your attacker the opportunity to launch his assault. Don't forget that whilst the use of these drugs is on the rise, the most common rape drug used is still alcohol. You need to ensure that you don't become so intoxicated as to be unable to control yourself and protect yourself effectively. Rape drugs leave a woman helpless to defend herself from attack and make it difficult to prosecute the offender afterwards. You need to remain vigilant to protect yourself against this increasing threat. Until next time, stay alert and stay safe.